Welcome. I'm not gonna break down this whole story and all the characters involved. We've heard about this betting scandal in the NBA, and there's been a few characters involved. You see Chauncey Billups right there. We heard of Terry Rozier, a guy named Damon Jones. Well, Chauncey Billups is alleged to have been involved in two separate federal investigations, one into a mafia linked high stakes poker ring and another involving illegal sports betting, although he is not accused of the latter. In the poker scheme, he allegedly acted as a face card, a celebrity figure used to lure wealthy victims to rig games where they were defrauded of millions of dollars. Prosecutors allege he participated in these rigged games, with one game in April 2019 allegedly netting him a $50,000 payout. And you see Terry Rozier here. Let's pull up his image. All right, let me pull up a better image of him, one that's not so blurry. I guess it's just going to be blurry, but you see Terry Rozier here on the right. So we also have been hearing his name, accused of participating in an illegal sports betting scheme by providing insider information to friends, including that he planned to leave a specific game early due to a supposed injury. This allowed co-conspirators to place fraudulent bets on him to score under a certain amount, which paid out tens of thousands of dollars after he exited the game. In March 2023, Rozier was arrested and indicted for his alleged role in this conspiracy, and the NBA has placed him on indefinite leave. And we have Damon Jones, another character we've been hearing. And here he is, a very zoomed in version of him. There you go, right there. And this character, Jones allegedly sold inside information to the co-conspirators in the NBA betting case and served as a face card in the poker scheme. Eric Ernest and Shane Hennon allegedly bet on NBA games using non-public information and were members of the cheating teams in the poker scheme. I don't know who those two guys are, but anyways, let's watch this video. Let's watch this video here, and this is like the article here. I don't know why George Clooney's on there. I don't know, man. But let's play this.
Defendants used other cheating technologies such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards.
Federal prosecutors say one case is about bettors using inside information on NBA games. In the other, an NBA coach is accused of helping steal millions in rigged poker games.
You've got an NBA head coach and members of the mafia who are accused of luring in victims that they referred to as fish into rigged card games. And then you've got an NBA veteran who is accused of getting himself out of games early so people could make these bets and win on those bets that were made about his playing time. Now, prosecutors described one instance when Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, who was playing for the Charlotte Hornets at the time, took himself out of a game to manipulate prop bets on a major sports betting platform. And the feds also arrested Portland Trail Blazers head coach and NBA Hall of Famer Chauncey Billups this morning. Prosecutors say he was involved in a mafia-linked plot to help rig high-stakes poker games.
Defendants used other cheating technologies such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera, special contact lenses,
All right.
or eye.
It's funny how they blame the characters like nobody else knows what's going on, right? kind of like the Diddy situation where Diddy's public enemy number one, like there isn't people above him allowing this to happen. And then, they just throw these characters under the bus like they're running the show. It's stupid, right? Taking the hit. So this makes me think of the Tim Donaghy situation. Remember him? So, every time I hear about stories like this, I refer back to other stories and see if I can find connections. This refers to the 2007 NBA betting scandal, where former referee Tim Donaghy was investigated by the FBI for betting on games he officiated. He later pleaded guilty to leaking insider information to gamblers, who then bet on games, and was sentenced to 15 months in prison. The scandal led to public questions about the integrity of the NBA's officiating and brought increased scrutiny on the league. And I think that's interesting that he has Don in his name. And when you see the president, Donald Trump, right? Donaghy, Donald Trump. And you know what? There's been stories about connections with Donald Trump and the mafia. Don, right? That's interesting. What is a mafia don? That's amazing, isn't it? A mafia don is the head of a mafia crime family, often called the boss or godfather. Isn't that amazing? That is interesting. That's kind of on the fly right there. Mafia don, Trump, and other presidents who flirted, whatever it was going to say, flirted with the mob. Some articles here. Donald Trump's mafia style diplomacy. Is that it? That's interesting. So there's also LeBron James energy in here in this decode. And remember, he was like reading the Godfather book, right? So that's interesting as well. I don't know if y'all remember this, some years back, where he was talking about reading the book. Look, he's coming into the game reading it right there. Okay, so yeah, there's that stuff's nice, right? Some nice little connections there on the side, and you see again right there. Now look, Tim Donaghy got into trouble when he reassigned from the NBA. He resigned from the NBA. Look at July 9th. That's O.J. Simpson's birthday. And this indictment in the article, it says Thursday, and Thursday has a 79 date numerology, which is July 9th. Donaghy resigned, and O.J. Simpson's birthday, 797979. Now, why is that interesting? Because Tim Donaghy has Lamar Jackson's birthday. Jackson, Simp, son, and they're both football players with the 1/7 birthday. Remember Michael Jordan's dad? This also makes me think of Michael Jordan, who major reports of Michael Jordan's gambling surfaced in 92-93, which led to 2 NBA investigations and fueled widespread public speculation. And you can see his dad died in July 1993. And look, July, you see that? O.J. Simpson's birthday, Tim Donaghy, resigned in July. See that right there? And remember, O.J. Simpson, Tim Donaghy with the same birthday as Lamar Jackson. So this gambling energy, again, you see trending stories, you can refer back to other times when you heard about this stuff, if you have a memory like that. And I was asking Google, I was like, okay, so Michael Jordan's dad died, and I remember there was the gambling talk, and I remember Michael Jordan won his third NBA championship defeating the Suns right around this time. And I asked Google, I was like, so Michael Jordan's dad died after the gambling stuff surfaced, right? And it was like, no, he did not. You see right there? No, James Jones was murdered in July 1993, months before the height of Michael Jordan's gambling related controversies. You see that? And maybe that's right or whatever. It's still around the same time. Which became public. I just thought that was interesting because you see major reports of Michael Jordan's gambling surfaced in 92 and 93. Anyways, no, James Jordan was murdered in July 93, months before the height of Michael Jordan's gambling related controversies. Anyways, my point being, Google like took offense thinking that even AI gets offended, right? They think that I was linking the two together, and you see they boldly say no. Months before the height of Michael Jordan's gambling related controversies. But anyways, I think that was synced up with that third championship against the Phoenix Suns, right? I think the negative stories came out because something had to give, and then his father was given, and his father, you see his death. And if you were, I'm 44 years old, and man, that was a big time growing up in my life, thinking this stuff is all real. Maybe his father did get taken, but I mean, as far as the story and the script, they say he died, right? So that's something else too, is his name is James, like LeBron James. That's why I'm thinking there's something going to happen with LeBron, you know? I think something is due for LeBron big. So we'll have to we'll have to keep our eyes on that. So back to Chauncey Billups. You see charged in gambling operation. Now look, Chauncey sounds like Donaghy even, right? Chauncey Donaghy. And can you believe it? This is the information they tell us. Scottie Pippen has Chauncey Billups' birthday, September 25th. And that connects to Michael Jordan, who was teammates with Scottie Pippen. Chauncey Billups is born in 76. Michael Jordan in the language equals 76. That's amazing, isn't it? Is this also the Will Smith birthday? And I'll tell you why I'm bringing that up. Will Smith birthday. It is. That's amazing because the Dodgers have a guy named Will Smith and they're in the World Series. Dodgers Will Smith. And you know what? Game 1 was on the day leaving 68 days in the year against the Blue Jays. And Will Smith is born in 68, the actor. See that right there? So that's solid, right? So yeah, look, Scottie Pippen has that Chauncey Billups birthday. You see that? Look at, so you kind of see how this all syncs up, and there will be more stuff too. But I'm just I give you a quick bam 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 what I see, okay? Even Damon Jones is born in 76, who's also involved in these stories for gambling, right? You even see the 97 NBA draft right here with this guy, and you see he's connected with the Cavaliers and LeBron James, but he's born in 76 as well, like Chauncey and Michael Jordan equaling 76. But look, it says he was drafted in 97, but he went undrafted. He declared for the 97 draft, but went undrafted. Remember, even Lamar Jackson was born in 97, and then resigned the 9th day of the 7th month. And again, you see that OJ connection. And this indictment's got the Thursday date with the 79 numerology. But back to Damon Jones. He even joined the Cavaliers. You see right there? Went undrafted, and then after his playing career, he joined the Cavaliers coaching staff, but he looks like a player there, right? As well. That was even in 2006. Jordan equals 26 and 62. And he's involved in this like betting situation as well. And you see him right there. That looks like him and LeBron on the Cavs, huh? And bettors allegedly got injury info on LeBron James. Former player Damon Jones was arrested amid charges. He allegedly disclosed injury info about Lakers star LeBron James. But LeBron drafted by the Cavs. And you see them there, right? Look at him. See him? Terry Rozier they mention as well in this betting situation, scheme or whatever. He's born on the 17th of March. Michael Jordan born on the 17th of February. I've done other Michael Jordan decodes where March 17 has popped up as well. I just can't really remember back to what to refer to on that. But you get that 17 connection. He even has 12 on his jersey there for the Celtics, and Michael Jordan wore 12 in one game for the Chicago Bulls. Even Chicago Bulls equals 112. This guy also played for the Charlotte Hornets. Remember, MJ had ownership in the Hornets. This guy played for the Celtics. I think Michael Jordan's greatest game was against the Celtics and Larry Bird with the 63 points. But anyways, we're going to watch this video now. And I hope your day is going well as I present this information. I have a John Bon Jovi decode coming at some point. I keep putting it off to put these stories ahead of it. John Bon Jovi, I guess, with the new album coming. So I got that decode on deck as well.
Good morning, everyone, from KCRA3. Just wanted to jump on here real quick and tell you a little bit about what we learned from the Department of Justice and the FBI, who are now investigating two separate indictments of insider trading within the NBA that not only involved a current NBA head coach and player, but also retired veterans and the Italian-American mafia. So here's what the FBI says. They say that the investigation spans 11 states over multiple years. They say the targets included multiple factions of the Italian-American mafia, also known as La Cosa Nostra, and NBA personnel. Now, there are two separate indictments that we know about, and those involve wire fraud, sports betting, illegal gambling, which are rigged poker games, according to them, as well as crypto fraud. They say basically tens of millions of dollars were defrauded from victims.
La Costa Nostra. Is that what they said? La Cosa Nostra. They act like these aren't just the elite people who are controlling us. You know, they want to like say they're certain organizations or whatever. The mob, the mafia, politics connected, you know, and they want to act and blame it on the NBA players, right? When it's whoever's running the main show. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised they even use the word mafia or, you know, mob. It seems like those words haven't been brought up a lot. This means our thing, La Cosa Nostra, the name for the Sicilian mafia and its American counterpart, the Italian American mafia. Both are secret societies that have been involved in illegal activities like gambling. So this is so stupid how they blame this certain organization. Like there's there's probably a bunch of powers that control and run things over us, right? Can we just all agree that we're in a fake world and we've been deceived? You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole blaming Donald Trump thing, blaming politicians is stupid. These are all just characters, man. We're in a fake world. Okay? We're in a fake world meant to keep us down. You know, we're given money as a tool when money is paper, and we have to slave for money. We have to slave for money, right? So yeah, I've done videos before connecting Trump and the mob. Explain Trump's connection with the mob. I mean, he's got the name Don, right? Associations with known mob figures and other behavior. Donald Trump has been consistently connected to organized crime throughout his career. And he's our president, right? And he's our president. And they got all these business dealings, real estate, casinos. Trump has casinos. Trump has casinos. Yeah. Mm-hmm. His history in the casino industry. Look at that right there. So yeah, and look, they have like George Clooney in here. I don't know why. Why the hell's George? I don't know. I'm not reading this, but everyone involved, I guess. There's another character right here, Molly Bloom. They're talking about some film. I don't know why. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that to you and just show you, like the Tim Donaghy connection and these other connections. Do this if you hear a story, think about the pattern. And I was first pulling up Tim Donaghy. I wanted to see when that happened. And look, 2007. Remember, he's born on the 7th. With that Lamar Jackson connection. And think about how OJ's legacy is tarnished. They sure are holding Lamar Jackson back as well, aren't they? He's probably in a real league is the best player you can have. But they're going to fake a bunch of injuries and say he can't throw the football and all this nonsense. But in a real league, Lamar Jackson's the best football player you can find. You see that? So his career, it's not, you can't really say it's the same as OJ, but they're connected here. And you see, Lamar Jackson obviously being held back. When you think of OJ Simpson, you don't even think of him as a great football player anymore, right? But yeah, born on the 7th. and then resigning in 07, the 7th month as well. So amazing. And you get that 47 birth year with OJ, which connects to politics and all of that as well. So, there's obviously going to be more, but I titled this NBA Betting Madness and the Script because I didn't really go over this. I just used this article here to show you. Okay, we'll see what comes. I mean, none of this is shocking. None of this is shocking. Until next time.